What's going on, everybody? We are about to get into the advanced copy of the blog post. Really interesting stuff going on. We're now entering the age of apocalypse, and there was a special opportunity. Excuse me, I said the age of apocalypse, but it's the age of Annihilus. Age of Annihilus. There was a special opportunity for you as a player to make an excellent impact in the game. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, what we want to do is take a peek once again at the blog. A new age begins. Greetings, commanders. Here is your battle plan for May 3rd through May 9th. Starting on May 5th. So that's Monday, May 5th. 2 o'clock PDT. Silver Sable Battle Pass starts. Age of Annihilus officially begins. So May 5th, Age of Annihilus officially begins. Along with that, we have the Harbinger month number 1 and the Harbinger week number 1. So that seems to be the style of how we're going to be progressing. Let's go ahead and get into more detail. We also have Stolen Thunder coming up and Red Justice. On May 8th, we have Psychic Cataclysm. Enter the Age of Annihilus. The journey to stop Annihilus from taking over the multiverse begins with a special mission. Join Professor X as he investigates the appearance of mysterious brainwaves and the threat they pose to Nexus Earth. Commanders level 25 and above are encouraged to tackle the 9 mission nodes. There are no requirements, and your reward for helping Xavier and Strike are gold, training mats, and ability orbs. So this looks like an event that's going to be open to everyone. It says level 25 commanders and above. So 25 is something you can get 2-3 days in, maybe even day 1. 9 nodes, we'll get a couple of goodies. It'll probably just help set the stage to kick off the new Age of Annihilus. That's going to start on May 5th at 2 p.m. PDT. So we'll be looking out for that. Psychic Cataclysm. The brain-bending strike operation to prevent the collapse of time and space is set to begin, and you definitely don't want to miss the start. All top commanders are called on to conquer Psychic Cataclysm for a chance to climb its leaderboard and earn Dark Xavier costume for Professor X. This is a great opportunity if you've completed or are working your way through the Professor X saga. You'll need 5 characters at gear tier 20 to participate. Send this telepathic signal to your roster. Psychic Cataclysm begins May 8th at 2 PDT. So this one does not look like it's for everybody, right? You need 5 characters at gear 20 to participate. So depending on how far along we are in that process, I know I don't have 5 characters yet. So that means Psychic Cataclysm will not be for me. There is a leaderboard, so we want to keep in mind leaderboards generally mean spending money. So if you're not a spender, it's probably not an event for you. The Intel store opens soon. Very, very curious to see how this is going to work. Okay, especially as a free-to-play player. I have a new player account. How are we going to use this Intel store to progress? I'm really curious to see how it's going to work. It says forge your path to roster power. Forge your path to roster power and character development with the opening of Chapter 1 Intel store. Collect as much intel as you can throughout Chapter 1 and then head to the Intel store to acquire the items of your choice. There's going to be character shards, gear tier 20, L4 training modules, and more. Now, we haven't seen it yet. Gear tier 20 is probably going to be the thing most people want. And so hopefully that doesn't dominate the discussion to the point where we don't have the other items to get. As a newer player, Gear Tier 20 is not going to be your focus. So I'm curious to see with those 2 angles how it's going to look. It says we should check back often for the latest items to power up our roster. Play every day to maximize your Intel supply when the Intel store opens May 5th. Friday free claim. Do you know the best part about Friday? Knowing there's a free claim on the website waiting for you. That's right. Head to the web to claim Friday's free claim, which is available from now, not now, but when the blog post goes live until tomorrow. 5 silver sable shards. Please say that 5 times fast. Twitch drops. Earn some bonus rewards by watching your favorite Marvel Strike Force streamers. Need help linking your account? You can check out the blog. They have a nice instructional guide on how to do that. 2 hours, 20,000 Intel credits. Okay. We'll see how that what that means. 4 hours, 4 million gold. 6 hours, 5 Songbird character shards. So obviously this is something you could do throughout the week. You don't have to sit down and watch 6 hours of Twitch in a sitting, but throughout the week might be manageable. 5 Songbird shards. The Harbinger. Unlock Quasar and earn intel. So here we go. Begin your journey unlocking the explosive quantum power of Chapter 1's legendary character, Quasar. The Harbinger will be the only way to earn Quasar shards and your primary source of intel during Chapter 1. You can earn 200 Quasar character shards and tons of intel over the course of the Harbinger. So complete objectives to maximize your rewards. Now, that's an interesting point right there. 200 shards. 200 shards. That's an interesting point. So I'm going to close this screen briefly. Because we're going to look over at my game really quickly here. We're going to take a quick peek at the game. And if we look at my Quasar, is he up and running? Here he is. Notice down in the lower right there, he is 180 shard unlocked character. 180 shards. So I checked our Thunderbolts, right? When I saw this, I checked our Thunderbolts to make sure, are we still getting 100 shard unlock? So it looks like characters, generally speaking, are still coming out at that 100 shard unlock. Quasar, though, is not 180. He's 180. Okay. So we get 200 during this Harbinger event in the systems that go along with that. So we want to make sure we get what we can. All right. We want to make sure we get what we can. It looks like we will be able to unlock him maybe in this first month, maybe right away, but we're going to need all the shards to be able to do that. So just something to keep in mind. Bear with me momentarily as I get back to the blog post. Where were we? We were talking about the Harbinger and unlocking Quasar and getting that intel. I'll move back down here real quick. The Harbinger trait. You may have already noticed that the Harbinger trait for Chapter 1 is the Vigilante. They have the Thunderbolts, and the next two teams will be part of this trait for future Chapter 1 content. We have included Vigilante to make the content more player-friendly as you unlock the newest teams. We will have more information on how these teams will be used in future blogs. So my understanding of what that means, my interpretation, I should say, not my understanding, but my interpretation, is the Vigilantes are the last team of the old system. Thunderbolts are the first team of the new age of Annihilus. Okay. So they were probably just saying they wanted to just do Annihilus type teams, but people aren't going to have Thunderbolts are brand new. You're not going to have them. We need something else to use. So Vigilante will be included in that. So we have Harbinger month 1. So the month goals for this are, we're going to start on May 5th. We're going to play in raids, use campaign energy, spend gold. So just by playing the game, that was something that was told to us. We play the game every day. Those are daily objectives. By playing the game, stuff will happen. Weekly objectives, spend the intel. Okay. So we'll get some stuff. We'll spend it. We'll see how that goes. Month-long objectives, battle in raids with Vigilante characters. So use the characters that we have as far as Vigilante goes. Work those into your general raid progression to get those points. And then premium objectives. Premium objectives, battle in raids with Victoria Hand, Songbird, and Hyperion. So that's premium to me. Sounds like cash money. Maybe free to play during the month. We can get some of those points, but getting all 3 characters, we'll have to see how it goes. Rewards for that, Quasar shards and intel. So free to play. We're supposed to be able to get that unlocked. We'll see what happens. Harbinger week number 1. Again, the start date is May 5th. So this is what we're going to be doing this first week. We'll see how it's laid out. I'm assuming this is going to be inside the command center. I'm not sure. Every day, daily objectives, battling raids. Weekly, gather intel. Use the Thunderbolts in raids. earn 20 Armory 20 orb fragments, and open Armory 20 orb fragments. These are not war orbs. Armory 20 orbs, and then we open the Armory 20 orbs. Battle in raids with Victoria Hand at 5, 6, and 7 yellow stars to earn Shadow King Diamond Orb fragments. So that's the premium objectives. That's the premium objective. So a free-to-play player will not be able to do this. Or you will, but it will cost a ton of cores to get to 5 stars. You can get the unlock. You can get the unlock free-to-play, but talking about getting up to 5 stars, that's going to be a lot. Probably not what we're going to be looking for on the free-to-play side of things. We'll see how it looks. It's going to give us intel and purple ISO 8. Stolen Thunder. Compete on the leaderboard where you can earn Thunderbolt Diamond Orbs and Gear Tier 20 mini uniques. Climb the arena rankings to earn Crimson Duelist Orb fragments, which will also contain Gear Tier 20 mini uniques. Start date for that, May 5th. So everything looks like it's kicking off May 5th for the most part. Score points, earn Crimson Duelist Orb fragments from arena ranked rewards. So all of us will be able to participate in arena. So we should be in some way, shape, or form getting these orbs to a certain degree. Opening the Shadow King Diamond Orbs will allow points as well. That does not look like something the free-to-play will be able to obtain. Need more details. Rewards, we're going to get bio gear, commander experience, gold, training materials, and other resources. Leaderboard rewards. The leaderboard will reward Thunderbolt Diamond Orbs, Thunderbolt Diamond credits, and Gear Tier 20 bio pieces. So by the word leaderboard, you know that cash money's involved. We're not going to be able to do everything, but it looks like just by some way of participation, arena ranked rewards, we will get something free to play. It has to do with these Diamond King Diamond Orbs. Excuse me, Shadow King, the Shadow King Diamond Orbs. Purchase Shadow King Diamond Orbs to earn points toward the Stolen Thunder leaderboard event and have a chance at up to 3 diamonds on the Shadow King. So we'll see if this looks like other events in the past where you would get, like I'm trying to think, Hercules, some other characters where maybe we get a chance free to play to get some diamonds on them. But the way to guarantee that happens is to spend that cash money. Thunderbolt Diamond Orbs and Thunderbolt Diamond credits. Thunderbolt Diamond Orbs will be earnable through the Stolen Thunder leaderboard and will contain a chance to earn up to 3 diamonds for the newest members of the Thunderbolt team. Contained in these orbs are also Thunderbolt Diamond credits, which can be used to purchase diamonds for Songbird, Hyperion, or Victoria Hand directly. Compete for this exclusive first opportunity to earn diamonds for the new Thunderbolts team. Now, I don't know how this is going to work. I would like some clarification. If these diamonds are for sale, does that mean that we on the free-to-play side will not be able to get the diamonds? Or will there be a gap in that? Or is this just to straight out of the gate let the people that are spending the money, if they're going to go ahead and power those characters up 7 stars, that they can also get their diamonds straight away? Not sure. We'll have to see how this plays out. Red Justice. Team up with your alliance in raids for big rewards in the name of street justice. Starts on May 5th. Earn allied supply 5, 6, 7 orb fragments. Earn points in the Chaotic Storm raids. Earn points for using the Vigilante team. So those are things that we're used to doing, and we'll get some rewards because of that. Daredevil Modern. We get shards for him. Okay. So that Red Justice is going to give us Daredevil Modern shards, Armory 19 and 20 orb fragments, Crimson Skill Gear. Okay. Are there any uniques in there? Very important. Now, this might be the most important part of the blog right here. Player Voice Council vote. Okay. Notice what it says here. The Player Council vote is happening soon. For 2 years, the Player Voice Council has gathered members from the community from all levels of the game to come together and share their thoughts and opinions directly with the team at Scopely. And we are excited to continue this partnership. With that, there is an opportunity for you, yes, you, to be part of the council. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Marvel Strike Force Player Council, you can apply through Friday, May 9th. All right, so time is running out. Friday, May 9th. So on the blog itself, you can click there for an application. You can go to the Player Voice Discord. The link's in the description. It's always in the description. Look at the announcements section if you're looking at this beforehand. And in there, there'll be that application as well. So after that, after Friday, May 9th, applications will be narrowed down to a group of potential candidates for each group of the community to vote on. If you don't know, the way the Player Voice Council works is they have people from different spending brackets. So free to play, cheap to play. My dogs are in the background, can't stop it. We're just going to keep going. Things that maybe you would consider to be a dolphin, whale, kraken. Okay. So there's people, 2 representatives from each of those brackets, and they make up the council. Okay. So you're going to vote on that. So they have their applications posted, names and stuff like that will be removed. So you're just going based on the person's application, what they had to say. Okay. So again, if you want to join the Player Voice Discord, if you're looking at the live blog, it'll be right there. It's in a link to this description. It's in a link to the description of every video I have. So if you're interested in participating in the application for the spot, or you want to vote on which candidates are for the selection, and when those guys are published, let me just read that again. If you're interested in participating in the application for council spots, you go there. If you want to vote on the candidates once the selections have been narrowed down, you go there as well. Stick around, keep voicing your opinions, and help the council make your voice heard. All right, subject to change. It always says that. Now listen to me very carefully. Very carefully, okay? When it comes to the player voice, this is an amazing opportunity, right? So I'm an influencer, right? I'm an influencer. I'm part of the creator community, and I'm part of, the creator community with Marvel Strike Force. I'm an envoy. That's the term they use in this game. I'm an envoy, and that allows me to see things ahead of time, right? Play with the teams and characters ahead of time, give feedback to Scopely, and then I get to publish videos, right? It's a great privilege. It's a privilege for sure, 100%. We also know that there's a VIP section of the player experience community. So some of your whales, you big dog kraken, stuff like that, that also get an opportunity to voice their concerns. They get to see some of the stuff early. They get to touch it early, voice their concerns as well. Both these things are normal. Both these things are normal in game, right? There's some type of influencer or content creation portion of a game. There's some type of VIP experience when it comes to products and things like that. That's just real life. But the player voice is an amazing opportunity. You don't have to be a content creator. You don't have to be a cat spending lots of money. You just have to be a person who's passionate about the game, and you're able to affect change. I guarantee that is the case. I had the privilege before I was an envoy. I had the privilege of serving on the Player Voice Council for a short time. Okay. Ask me anything you want. We could talk more about it, what I can share at least, right? There's stuff I obviously can't share, but the experience is good. All right. You get to talk to other players in the community that are passionate about the game as well as you are. And then you get to see those different, like when we talk about those different levels, what's actually going on, how those people actually feel, how do they actually approach the game. And then when you have that wholesome approach that right, everybody on the same page, then you can do something. So overpower right now is making people angry. Don't act with the anger. But if the anger moves you to act, don't act with the anger. But if the anger moves you to act, Player Voice is a great place, man. Get involved. Get involved. Because you saw from the last blog post, they said multiple times over the course of the overpower thing, they talked about looking at the data, metrics. The only way to make change in the game is you have to have data. You have to have metrics. Okay. Testimonials are good. Testimonials are good. But if I say, hey, my buddy quit the game, or my buddy's going to stop spending, that's a testimonial. It's good, but it's not going to move the lever at the company. Okay. Even Ryan Jacobson, right? He's got people that are invested in the company. He's got to answer to somebody. The people that he's talking to don't care if my buddy quit the game. I'm just being honest. They don't care. There's a certain point where cats are only interested in the numbers. So if you want to affect change, you need the numbers. So come get involved with the voice. Get involved with, if you don't want to do the council, get in with one of Well, I keep saying breakout groups. That's not the right thing. Focus groups. Get involved in one of the focus groups. So there's ones, for example, for War, for Crucible, for Alliance Leadership. I'm in a new player one. All right. So you can look at people in those areas, can compare notes and see what's actually happening in the game. Then that information can be tallied up, given a Scopely, and then a real decision can be made. Okay. It's not, won't be just based on emotion. Use the emotion to get you to work. Right? We can't just use the emotion to be angry and upset and not do anything. If you want to make change, work is involved. Maybe you say, hey, Gid, I can't do any of that. That still sounds like too much work. No problem. They have polls, right? They just have little questions that they do every once in a while. Like right now, they just keep asking everybody, where are you at in Crucible? Where are you at in Crucible? Where are you at in Crucible? And all you do is just click the icon for what level you are, what league you're in Crucible. Obviously, this is trying to keep track the real life, real world impact of overpower. Okay. We can say anything we want, but if you can't sit down with Scopely, who is a business, and show them numbers, nothing's going to get done. Okay. And then you also have, again, if you're on the council, you have the privilege, you have the opportunity. I was a cheap to play player when I was doing it. I was sitting down and trying to make sure that people understand what your player type is going to expect with people who play the game like you. And you have to ask, right? You got to get out and around and talk to people. You can't just say what I think. You got to get out and around and talk to people. And it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be pretty. You might have to tell, right? Because people don't know. You can't be afraid because this person's a Kraken or whoever, they're a knowledgeable player in the game. You can't be afraid and back down to that cat. Not that he's going to run you over. He doesn't understand how you play, just as I don't understand how he plays. So you got to make sure, hey, man, this is what the effect is going to be. If we do it like this, how am I going to get, right? How am I going to get my Quasar shards? How are they locked? How many am I actually going to get if I play every day? So if I'm only going to, am I going to be able to lock him day one? Is he going to be able to lock him day one? Right? You got to ask those questions. Got to ask those questions, see if this stuff is fair. So you have a great opportunity in the player voice. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of hostility. There's a lot of people that just get upset. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but emotions can move you to action, but you can't act with that emotion because it doesn't do anything. Acting in anger doesn't do anything. But if the anger moves you, get involved because doing work's what's going to make it happen. So, hey, enough about that. I'm super excited. Age of Annihilus. The Age of Annihilus is beginning. So I can't wait to see how it goes. I want to know what their character looks like in game. And I'm curious to see how long it's going to take to get my hands on Quasar. So, link in the description, player voice, get over there and make it happen. Peace.